we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. Alam mo na si Congressman, Colonel Garma, babae, di ba?
Yes po.
Ibig niyo sabihin na iniwala kayo na ang isang babae pwedeng sabihin to sa inyo?
Hawak po nila ang...
Alright. Sinabi niyo that nagkaroon kayo ng intense pressure. Yung intense pressure, ibig sabihin natakot kayo, sinabi niya. Kayo ba ay nagkaroon ng intense pressure sa kanyang sinabi o sa isip ninyo, meron pang tao behind what Chief Garma said at mas mataas po ito?
That's true.
Hindi po kayo natakot dun sa sinabi ni Chief Garma eh. Kinabahan kayo sapagkat alam ninyo na mayroong mas malaking tao behind what Chief Garma said.
Yes po.
Kanina po, nabanggit ninyo, tinanong po kayo ng isang colleague namin dito about the former president. Pinanggit niyo yung mayor pa siya. Ano po, nung si Chief Garma ay naging commander ba sa Davao?
Si DG po.
O therefore, ang binabanggit ninyo, ito. Yung pong behind the big person, sa sinabi po ni Chief Garma, ay inyong ini-implicate ang ating Pangulo, ang ating former president. Ganun po ba?
Hindi ko naman po in-implicate, pero hawak po sila ng mas mataas.
Okay, ibig sabihin yan, hawak po si Chief Garma ng mas mataas. At ang mas mataas niyan ay ang dating Pangulo.
Maybe.
Tama ho ba ako?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Mr. Chair, yun lamang po, sapagkat atin narinig na binanggit po ni Superintendent Padilla na merong mas mataas kaya siya natakot tungkol sa sinabi ni Chief Garma. Salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The last to interpolate is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Dong Gonzales. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Colonel Padilla.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Good morning.
Medyo nanginginig pa po yung kamay nyo ngayon, o hindi na? Hindi na po, no? Last August 28, medyo hindi ka masyadong kalmando. May tanong lang po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala ka na ngayon, tinanong ko si Tata, na tumawag si Colonel Garma sa inyo. At sabi mo, hindi mo nakausap. So, tinatanggap mo na ngayon na nag-usap kayo ni Colonel Garma.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. In fact, hindi ko po sana nasagot nung previous kasi I am worry of my safety.
Salamat, Colonel Padilla. Ngayon, Colonel Padilla, meron na po akong hawak dito na sinumpahang salaysay ni Ginoong Leopoldo Tan na naging subject ng nakaraang investigasyon noong April 28, 2024 sa page number. Comsec, pwede po pakiabot lang kay Colonel Padilla po ito. Colonel Padilla, yung pong tatlo po yung nakabilog, gusto ko lang pong marinig ng mga miyembro at mga nakikinig sa buong mundo. Pwede niyo pong basahin yung number 28?
Number 28 po.
Number 28 po. Sa salaysay ni Leopoldo Tan.
Habang naglalakad kami,
Pakilapit po yung mikropono.
habang naglalakad kami papuntang investigation section, tumunog ang cellphone ni Superintendent Padilla. Nakita ko na pinindot ni Superintendent Padilla ang kanyang cellphone. Nadinig ko na sinabi nung tumawag kay Superintendent Padilla, "Congrats, Superintendent Padilla, job well done." Pero grabe yung ginawa mo, ginawang tinuguan.
Medyo mahina po yung mikropono. Pakiulit lang po yung last sentence.
Pero grabe yung ginawa mong dinuguan.
Oh.
29, alam ko
Sige
na...
po, number 29.
Number
Pakibasa po yung
29
number
po.
29.
Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay si Presidente Duterte dahil familiar ko ang boses niya.
At number 30 po. Pakibasa yung number 30.
Pagkatapos ng tawag, sabi ni Superintendent Padilla sa mga kasamahan niya doon, tumawag si Presidente, nag-congrats sa akin. Dahil sa sinabing ito ni Superintendent Padilla, kaya lalo akong napaniwala na ang tumawag sa kanya ay si President Duterte.
Colonel Padilla, ngayon nandito ko po sa harap ng mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Nasa harap ka po ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino nanonood. Ang dami-daming nanonood sa atin. At maraming nanonood all over the country, all over the world. May tanong po ako sa inyo. Naniniwala po ba kayo sa sinabi ni Leopoldo Tan sa number 28, 29, at 30?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Okay, Congressman Fernandez.
With the indulgence of Senior Deputy Speaker, no, I think we're dealing deeply, with this discussion. And I'm just worried about the safety of Superintendent Padilla. Considering that he is a 64-year-old retiring in a couple of months, and at the same time, his family lives in Davao City. He is asking for an executive session, and he continually insisting that he be given a chance on an executive session. We all know that the sensitivity of the issue that we are tackling right now, and it entails the life of the people that love this guy. Although, Mr. Chairman, we have seen some inaccuracy on the new affidavits that he submitted to us, but nevertheless, we cannot counter, yung buhay na maaaring mawala sa mga testimonyang ibibigay niya dito sa ating kapulungan. And I think it is incumbent upon all of us to think about the family of Superintendent Padilla. Last hearing, I hardly questioned the Superintendent Padilla because I know that he was lying. And indeed, with the change of affidavit that he subscribed right now, I think somehow he's telling the truth. But not completely. Because there is an apprehension on his part. And considering the safety of his children and his family, I think it is just proper for us to finally, ipagkalaw po natin sa kanya yung request niya doon po sa executive session. And he divulged a lot of things. The name of Garma, the name of Edelberto Leonardo, na nabanggit kanina, the former president as well. And I think, Mr. Chairman, this is high time that pagbigyan na po natin si Superintendent Padilla. And if I may, Mr. Chair, kasi you are reading a lot of documents. Those documents that you are reading right now pertains to what? Superintendent Padilla.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tungkol po saan yung mga dokumentong yan?
Ito po yung logbook ng ship commander during the event.
Can you kindly submit that to us?
Yes.
Can we have that documents?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we convene our Quadcom into an executive session.
Before the
Chairman.
chair rules
Mr. Chair.
on that motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez, allow the chair to recognize our Deputy Speaker, Robbie Puno. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick question to edify this representation, Mr. Chairman. In the issue of in the consideration of a request for an executive session, may I inquire what are the criteria for deciding whether we do or do not grant this request? Is it completely at the discretion of subject to a vote by the body? Or do we consider personal safety? Do we consider national security? Or other factors? May I please ask the chair for clarification on that issue?
Well, in reply to Congressman Robbie Puno, if the committee, this is Section 37 of our rules, no? It says that if the committee, on the 6th paragraph, Section 37, regular and special meetings, if the committee or subcommittee deems that the subject matter of the discussion in a public hearing may endanger national security or may be offensive to decency or public morals, it shall conduct the meeting in an executive session. In our case, the parliamentary status is that Congressman Dan Fernandez made a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation by Congressman Keith Flores and Congressman Abante objecting to the request that we grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So, since there are objections and the motion is proper at the moment, then let us vote on the motion of
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Dan
Mr. Chair.
Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
because prior to the motion that I manifested a while ago, the objection of Congressman Kit Flores and the Chairman Abante, there were no proper motion that was moved by the two of them. They have manifested their objection on having a executive session in relation to the letter that was given to us by Superintendent Padilla. So I think the proper objection must be done on the motion that I have manifested on this Quadcom, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr.
let
Chair,
it be
Mr. Chair.
okay, Congressman Abante.
I think there was a motion made by Congressman Keith Flores. Now, I'd like to explain my objection, Mr. Chair. No?
Okay.
Number one,
There is a motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation made by Congressman Keith Flores as an objection to that request of Colonel Padilla, and which was also stated by Congressman Benny Abante, objecting to the same request. Now, since we want to decide this collectively as a body, we would like to give both the members of this committee who objected and state for the record the reason why they objected to in the motion to grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So we would like to hear the objection first of Congressman Abante and then Congressman Keith Flores. Congressman Abante, you're recognized.
yes, Mr. Chair, with due respect to my co-chair, Dan Fernandez, I objected because, number one, Superintendent Padilla already made it public, and he has answered many questions already. As far as his affidavit is concerned. And number two, Mr. Chair, he has already actually implicated the former president by my questions, Mr. Chair, on the issue of the killing of the 3 Chinese drug lords. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Congressman Flores, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, in light of the manifestation of Chairman Dan Fernandez, I will give Colonel Padilla a chance, Mr. Chair, to answer questions which he thinks should only be disclosed during an executive session.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. So now, we will now rule on the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, can I ask for a 1-minute suspension?
On the
please?
question raised by Congressman Robbie Puno, does the gentleman from Antipolo is satisfied with the reply of the chair?
Just a further clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed.
The response that I hear from the chairman seems to suggest that the position taken by Colonel Padilla has been that it is for his personal safety that he wants an executive session. And according to the rules that you have stated, Mr. Chairman, that's not one of the criteria for granting an executive session.
But,
Okay,
Mr.
That's all,
Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Among others, the reason that Colonel Padilla cited is the safety, his personal safety and his family's safety. Now, we will grant him an executive session, listen to his revelation, and we will decide whether indeed the session that we will have with him is an executive session where we cannot disclose to the public what we discussed in this executive session. So it is still up to the committee to whether we will make public the disclosure or the revelation that will be made by Colonel Padilla in our executive session.
That's clear, very clear, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Congressman
Mr. Chair, may
Puno.
I ask for a 1-minute suspension, please?
1 minute suspension. Hearing is resumed.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman SDS Dong Gonzales first, and then Congressman Benny Abante. SDS Gonzales,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For all those reasons, I will now give way. I will stop my line of questioning to Colonel Padilla to give way for the executive session.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank
thank
you, Congressman Gonzales. Yes,
Mr.
Congressman
Chair,
Abante.
in respect to my good friend who will become the governor of Laguna, I accede to the request of the COM to give Superintendent Padilla an executive session. Thank you.
Okay, so there is a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. At this point, we'd like to ask everyone who are not members of the House of Representatives to please proceed outside. We will call you back after we finish the executive session, including the media. Okay? Please,
Paki-turn off po yung camera.